Welcome back, family. We're in the home stretch. We only have a few more lessons. Last lesson was really short. Maybe today's lesson will be really short. I hope so. Today we are skipping up to geometric modeling. So last time we finished Unit 11. We're going to skip Unit 12 and we're going to start back up on Unit 13, the last unit, geometric modeling. So the notes that we're doing today are page 148 and 149. So we're just going to go over the basics of three-dimensional shapes today. So if you've taken art, this is probably going to be quite a review for you. Okay, let's do this. Let me get some markers. Okay, so the first thing we're going to run through is what each shape is named, because your quiz for this is going to ask you to identify the three-dimensional shape. So maybe let's do the ones that we know the best. This guy, he's a cylinder. I feel really good about the fact that he's a cylinder. Ow. Goodness gracious, what color do I want to use? So we're on the second one down. C-Y-L-I-N-D-E-R. Cylinder. So he's got a top that's a circle and a bottom that's a circle, and then you wrap around to make the cylinder, like a can of beans. You're okay on that one? Next one is a pyramid, like the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Egypt? Is that place's name? Egypt? That's such a weird word. I mean, really think about that for Egypt. Okay, so this guy is a pyramid. Bam. What's the shape of his bottom? A square. His badonkadonk's a square. His bottom, right there, square. Okay. Next one, what's this guy? Cone. Oh, dang. We're really good at shapes. What's his bottom? Circle. His badonk is a circle. And then what's his bottom one? Sphere. That's a weird word too, but not as weird as Egypt. That's such a weird word. What color do I want to use here? This color will work. What is this? S-P-H-E-R-E. Sphere. Sphere. So that means this guy's left, and I left the top one because he's got a fancy schmancy name. His name is Rectangular Prism. He's so extra. Rectangular Prism. Why? Because he is a rectangle. All of his sides, well, they don't all have to be, but most of his sides are rectangle shaped. If all of the sides are square, that's really special. You have a cube. So if each side is square, like literally all sides are the same length. So there's my square. That's not working out very well for me. Okay. Do you guys know how to draw cubes? Draw your square if you want to draw this. Then you're going to draw two diagonals that are parallel coming out of the top. And you want to try to make them as long as this side. I'll highlight the side. You're trying to make the diagonals as long as that pink line. Then make a diagonal down here on the bottom left corner. Same length as the pink line. Then all you got to do is connect these two lines at the top and these two lines on the side. Bam, we're artists. Check that out. This guy is a cube. He's special. All his sides are a square. You could make him even more extra if you wanted to draw the little thingy doozles on the inside. Oh my word. We have a lesson that's all drawing the shapes, and we're gonna party during that lesson. Well, I am, because I like to draw the shapes. Okay, so now we know all the names. We have a cube. We have this really extra fancy guy named the rectangular prism, a cylinder, a pyramid, a cone, and a sphere. We have pictures of each of them, and then we got all these letters going on because they're giving us two types of formulas. So the first type of formula they're giving down the left-hand side is surface area. And surface area is like wrapping paper. When we talk about surface area, we're talking about how much would it take to wrap our three-dimensional shape perfectly, with no overlap. Or you could think about it as frosting, but that would be weird because you also have to frost the bottom of the shape. So if you think about it as frosting, just remember it's weird because if it were a cake, you'd have to frost the bottom. Weird. Then on this other side, it's volume. And volume is like the swimming pool. So you would think about the shape as a swimming pool and ask yourself, how much water do I need to fill up this swimming pool? I wish that we had a pyramid swimming pool. That'd be weird though, because then you'd have one part in the very center that's low. I don't think that'd be fun, but it might be interesting, just saying. Okay, do you feel okay about what these two things are? Surface area, wrap the present. Swimming pool is volume. Okay? Yes? Okay. We're not really going to use these formulas today because we're just doing a brief intro today. It's getting sunny outside. It's getting really late in the year. We don't really want to be doing a 30-minute lesson. So we'll just do the names and what the formulas are. Now down here, it just is asking you or highlighting for you that as you go through your three-dimensional shapes, you want to be aware of what the base or the bottom of your shape is. So like on our cube, the base is a square. So it's badonkadonk is a square. On a rectangular prism, its bottom is a rectangle. On the cylinder, its bottom is a circle. Its bottom means its base. You feeling kind of okay about that? None of these so far have a base that's a triangle. We don't have any pictures yet of one that has a base that's a triangle. And the sphere, he doesn't have a base because he's like got no bottom. Okay, so you guys try A through E and do your best job at deciding what you think that the shape is, what three-dimensional shape it is. So like B is really easy. He's a cylinder. So you guys go through and try the other 5. Oh, what are you? You guys want to check in? Need another second? Do you want me to come cruising through to see what you're doing? Is anybody listening to me? Nobody's listening to me. Are you ready, Hugo? Okay. First one. Hopefully it was easy. He's a pyramid. You agree? Second one, cylinder. I gave you that one. Third one, I think he looks the most like a cone. I think we were supposed to do the tooth part, so I'm thinking he's a cone. Are you guys okay on that one? Cylinder on this tree. I got a cone on the iceberg. But really, I think it might be two cones. Like, I think it might be one cone on top of another cone with, like, the circles matching up. Do you get what I'm saying? Here, I'll show you. I think it's like this situation. So the part of the iceberg that's below the water looks like a cone. And then the part that's above the water looks like a shorter cone. See what I'm saying? Either way, I think it's a cone. And on the quiz, there are none like this where you're like, well, I don't know, maybe it's two cones. Now, the next one is really hard for me because I want to say cylinder, but it's not quite a cylinder. And then I want to say sphere, but then it's not quite a sphere. So what I did was I used two shapes on the weird tree-looking guy. So I said his top part to me looks like a cone, but his bottom part's kind of looking like half of a sphere. So that's this drawing down here. The top part is like a cone, and the bottom part would be like a sphere that you chopped in half. What did you guys put? Just cone? Okay. I support you on that. We're hanging in? Okay, what's the base of this guy? Square. Base here. This doesn't really have a base, this guy. He don't really have a base. But it would be a circle. If it did have one. Okay, base here. Circle. Base here. Circle. And base here for both of the shapes would be a circle. Okay, last thing, and then you can try your quiz. So they're not asking us to find surface area or volume. They're just describing a situation, and you're going to write down, this is wrapping the present like surface area, or this is volume like the swimming pool. So a basketball has a radius of 5.2 inches and is solid in a cubed shaped box that just fits around the ball, not the bowl. What is the minimum amount of wrapping paper needed to wrap this gift? Is this surface area or volume? Surface area. Bam. They're asking us to use the surface area formula to figure out exactly how much wrapping paper we need. Okay, B. We have 2 grain silos down here, and they give us the measurements for each grain silo. How many bushels of grain will each silo be able to store if a bushel is 1.244 cubic feet? What's this guy? Volume. You're filling up your swimming pool with bushels of corn instead of water. You feel okay about that? Yes, no? Okay, so in the quiz, the first part wants you to identify the 3-dimensional shape. It's multiple choice. The second part wants you to tell them what's the shape of your badonkadonk, what's the shape of your bottom. And then the last one asks you, would you use a surface area formula or a volume formula to solve the problem? So easy, right? Okay, give it a try.